In the tranquil college town of Moscow, Idaho, a horrific crime shattered the peace in the early hours of November 13, 2022. Four students from the University of Idaho, full of promise and at the prime of their youth, fell victim to a brutal and senseless act of violence that gripped the nation. This incident, marked by its brutality and mystery, not only devastated a close-knit community but also captured the attention of the media, drawing widespread speculation and theories. The setting was an off-campus residence, a three-story home shared by several University of Idaho students. The town of Moscow, unaccustomed to such violence with no murders since 2015, was about to face a grim reality. On that fateful night, the four students, Madison Mogen, Zana Kernodle, Kaylee Goncalves, and Ethan Chapin, were found stabbed to death. Prior to the tragedy, the students' evening unfolded typically for college life. Chapin and Kernodle attended an on-campus party, while Mogen and Goncalves, best friends, spent time at a downtown sports bar. All four returned home by 1:56 a.m., unaware of the horror that awaited. Uncompleted phone calls and a DoorDash order around 4 a.m. marked their last known activities. In a chilling sequence of events, two roommates, who were also in the house, survived the attack. Initially thought to be asleep during the murders, later reports suggested one roommate, awakened by strange noises, witnessed a masked figure. Despite this, no calls to 911 were made until nearly 8 hours later, when an unconscious person was reported. The investigation led to the arrest of Brian Christopher Koberger on December 30, 2022, in Monroe County, Pennsylvania, facing charges of first-degree murder and felony burglary. Koberger's arrest brought more questions than answers, with prosecutors seeking the death penalty. This case stands as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the shadows that can lurk in the most unsuspecting places. Victims' profiles. Ethan Chapin, a freshman from Mount Vernon, Washington. Ethan was majoring in recreation, sport, and tourism management. He was a member of the Sigma Chi fraternity and was staying over at the off-campus house on the night of the attacks. Zana Kernodle, a junior from Post Falls, majoring in marketing. Zana was a member of the Pi Beta Phi sorority and lived in the off-campus house. Madison Mogen, a senior from Coeur d'Alene. She was majoring in marketing and also resided at the off-campus house. Kaylee Goncalves, a senior from Rathdrum, majoring in general studies. Kaylee had recently moved out but returned to the house to attend a nearby party. The tragedy occurred in a rented off-campus home in Moscow, Idaho, a place not known for such violent crimes. This three-story home with 6 bedrooms became the site of a heinous crime that took the lives of these 4 students. On the evening of November 12th, the victims spent their time at various local spots before returning home by 1:56 a.m. following their return. The night turned tragic with the students being fatally stabbed in the early morning hours of November 13, 2022. 2 other female roommates in the house survived the attack, initially believed to be asleep during the incident. However, later reports suggested that at least one of them was aware of the presence of an intruder. The police were called to the scene only several hours after the murders, at 11:58 a.m., to assist an unconscious person. Upon arrival, they discovered the 4 victims, marking a dark chapter in the town's history. Brian Koberger, the suspect in this horrifying crime, was arrested on December 30, 2022, in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. A detailed affidavit released later accused Koberger of stalking the student's home multiple times before the murders. A combination of video, cell phone evidence, and DNA analysis played a crucial role in his apprehension. Brian Christopher Koberger, originally from Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, was a graduate student at Washington State University in Pullman, Washington, studying criminology and criminal justice. His educational journey included studies at Northampton Community College and DeSales University, where he demonstrated a strong interest in criminology and criminal behavior. Koberger's involvement in the Idaho college murder case brought him into the spotlight, contrasting his academic pursuits in criminal justice with his alleged role in a brutal crime. This narrative presents the tragic loss of 4 young lives and the unexpected arrest of a criminology student, combining elements of mystery, academic background, and investigative breakthroughs, making it a compelling story for your YouTube video script. As of December 2023, the case against Brian Koberger, the former PhD student accused of the grisly murders of 4 University of Idaho students, has seen significant developments that have kept the public and media closely engaged. Let's delve into these latest developments in a detailed narration. Recent court appearances. Brian Koberger has made several appearances in court since his arrest. His presence in the Latta County Courthouse in Moscow, Idaho, has been a focal point for those following the case. These appearances have been crucial for both the prosecution and defense to outline their positions and strategies as the trial approaches. Preliminary hearing date. A notable appearance took place on June 27, 2023, signaling the progression of legal proceedings. This hearing was a precursor to the actual trial, setting the stage for what is to come. DNA evidence deadline. Significantly, the judge overseeing Koberger's trial has set a deadline for the prosecutors to turn over DNA evidence critical to the case. This evidence is expected to play a pivotal role in the trial, potentially linking Koberger to the crime scene. Gag order and its implications. Imposition of gag order. A critical development in this case has been the imposition of a gag order by the judge. This order restricts the information that can be publicly discussed by those involved in the case, including investigators, law enforcement personnel, attorneys, and even witnesses or victims' families. Impact on publicity. The gag order has significantly curtailed the flow of information to the public and media. This has led to heightened speculation and interest, as details about the case and its progress are limited to official statements and court proceedings. Media's role. Despite the gag order, media outlets continue to cover the case extensively, although they are restricted in terms of the details they can share. This has led to a careful balancing act between reporting on the case and respecting the court's directives. Evidence and seized items. Seized items from Koberger's apartment. The investigation has led to the seizure of several items from Koberger's apartment. These items are being scrutinized for their potential relevance to the case. Nature of the evidence. While the specific details of the seized items have not been fully disclosed due to the gag order, it is understood that they could provide crucial links between Koberger and the crime scene. Role in the trial. The evidence obtained from Koberger's apartment will likely be a central part of the prosecution's case. How these items are presented and interpreted in court could significantly influence the trial's outcome. As the trial approaches, the tension and anticipation surrounding the case continue to build. The legal strategies of both the prosecution and defense, the implications of the gag order, and the critical nature of the evidence seized are all factors that will shape the eventual outcome of this high-profile case. The public and media alike remain captivated by the unfolding events, eager for answers and justice in a case that has gripped the nation's attention. Surviving roommates' accounts. Awake and texting. A striking revelation in this case involves the surviving roommates. It has been claimed that they were awake and texting each other during the time the murders were taking place. This contradicts earlier reports suggesting they were asleep throughout the incident. The idea that they were aware of, yet unable to prevent, the unfolding tragedy adds a chilling dimension to the case. Eyewitness account. Furthermore, one of the surviving roommates reportedly heard conversations and noises, including a male voice saying, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." This account, if verified, could provide crucial insights into the events of that night and the behavior of the assailant. Koberger's alleged activities. Pre-murder visits. Brian Koberger is believed to have visited the area around the victim's home multiple times before the murders. This suggests a level of premeditation and stalking, painting a disturbing picture of the events leading up to the murders. Phone usage. Koberger reportedly turned off his phone during the murders, a move possibly intended to avoid detection. However, police claim he visited the area 12 times before the slayings, indicating a pattern of behavior that could be critical to the prosecution's case. Charges against Koberger. Murder and burglary charges. Brian Koberger faces severe legal charges. He is accused of first-degree murder for the deaths of the 4 University of Idaho students. Additionally, he faces charges of felony burglary, suggesting that he unlawfully entered the residence with the intent to commit a crime. Importance of charges. These charges reflect the gravity of the crimes Koberger is accused of and set the stage for a high-profile and intense legal battle. Death penalty consideration. Prosecutor's stance. In an extraordinary move, the prosecutors in this case have signaled their intention to pursue the death penalty. This decision underscores the heinous nature of the crimes Koberger is accused of committing. Implications. The consideration of the death penalty adds a significant layer of complexity and gravity to the trial. It also raises important ethical and legal debates, adding to the public interest and scrutiny surrounding the case. The tragic events at the University of Idaho have left an indelible mark on the community and the field of criminal justice. This case, involving the senseless loss of 4 young lives, has not only devastated families and friends but also shaken the sense of safety within the academic community. It has sparked crucial conversations about campus safety, the role of mental health in criminal behavior, and the complexities of criminal investigations. The involvement of a criminology student as the prime suspect has added a layer of irony and introspection within the criminal justice field, challenging educators and practitioners alike to reevaluate their understanding of criminal behavior. As this case continues to unfold in the public eye, it's imperative to approach the subject with the utmost sensitivity and respect. The ongoing legal proceedings, coupled with the immeasurable grief of the families involved, call for a thoughtful and considerate discourse. It's crucial to remember that at the heart of this case are real people who have suffered an unimaginable loss. Any discussions, whether online or in person, should honor their experiences and avoid speculative or sensationalist narratives. I encourage my viewers to engage with this story thoughtfully and respectfully. Please share your insights and perspectives in the comments section, but do so with empathy and mindfulness of the gravity of this situation. As new developments arise in this ongoing case, I will be here to provide updates and analyses. If you're interested in following this story further and engaging in meaningful discussions, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications to stay informed about the latest developments. Together, let's foster a community that seeks understanding and justice while upholding the values of compassion and respect.